All right, so we're going to go ahead and get back into our second semifinal matchup between Uncrowned Kings and Slapchopachino as we go ahead and get into the pick and ban phase. Immediately off the bat, we do have a Darius ban coming out.
Yeah, Bresso has been playing a lot of that, and a cat ban in response. Definitely target bans coming out from each of these teams.
Yeah, going after what worked good for each team in their last game. Again, that Katarina was able to just steamroll over the competition early on in that matchup. And it's going to be a Xayah ban as well.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Xayah today. Definitely a tournament favorite along the ADCs if Caitlyn isn't available. That's what I see people go towards, as Boo coming out a ban as well.
As it comes on through, we're going to see the Amumu ban as well. As we're waiting to see what the third ban here is going to be for Uncrowned Kings.
Yeah, definitely. They might want to go for maybe a Lulu ban if they're not going to pick it. Or possibly Ori. Ori's a ban.
Ori's going to get banned. Takes away that control mage that X-Crying Pan was able to do a whole lot of work on early on. It does leave up a lot of junglers for Overlords to kind of have a selection at. Did play that Elise in the last game really well, was able to get his mid laner ahead. So lots of possibilities still on the table, and Caitlyn gets banned out.
Yeah, we have a lot of junglers on the board as well as Lulu, but Ezreal being picked up for first pick.
Ezreal's going to get picked right there immediately by Uncrowned Kings.
I expect probably like Lulu and probably their jungler they'll pick next. If not, maybe their Lulu and their top laner. Or if they don't want to run to Lulu, they can pick Karma or any other support.
Yeah, is a possibility. I feel like they might have to go with the Lulu, just knowing the champ pool for Peanut right now. It is a possibility that they just go ahead, pick up that Lulu or even the Karma. Do believe he's played a little bit of Karma, but Nautilus going to get picked up and Lulu, so you're likely seeing that Nautilus go top.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they could have, no, Lulu was a good pick. I mean, they could have maybe tried to pick the Nautilus and maybe hold Lulu off, but Lulu definitely would have been picked up in the next round, so definitely that's a pretty good start-off draft for Slapchop.
Yeah, so what do you follow up now for this, again, Ezreal that got picked up there? Want to see what they want to do.
Well, probably Karma, of course, is very good with Ezreal. They as a lane with very potent poke. Ezreal, the Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks getting picked up right away. Now, we don't know exactly where this Fiddle goes because I know there's been a lot of mid lane Fiddle coming out recently in the recent patches.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard rumors of support Fiddle as well, but with the Thresh pickup, that's probably out of the question. And looks like a zillion. Nope, TF. There's a few hovers going around. Crying Panda is going to be doing that.
Again, trying to decide what they want to do. It's weird seeing that they might pick their mid laner, as they do have a last pick here, and that's kind of been a big one for Uncrowned Kings, is that, you know, mid laner is Annie's going to get locked in here as well as the Ashe, so really going for very team-oriented fights.
Yeah, both these mid laners from Uncrowned Kings and Slapchop have been basically one of the stars on each of their respective teams. Savage having some really good games earlier today. Crying Pan having that great Orianna game, but looks like he's been wielding the Annie this time.
Is a possibility. Urgot is being hovered. I doubt it'll get locked in there unless we're seeing some next level plays coming out here. Nasus on the table as well. Nasus was played in the first game, I believe, there for Uncrowned Kings, and Ari now being hovered as well.
Yeah, last game, Almonds managed to take good advantage of that Ari and had a really, really strong game. Strong showing with the Ari, and also looks like Savage are going to try and repeat that.
Yeah, so your last pick here, it's going to be likely your jungler for Overlord, and what do you really want to take here?
Lee Sin, Lee Sin, Elise. I mean, Zach is actually still up, and Zach's been on a roll this patch.
Zach has been. I'm just not sure if Overlord actually plays him. It is a possibility. Lots of possible actually choices here because it is actually rather kind of squishy comp, and the Graves is going to get locked in, so looking for that damage.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of damage on the side of Slapchop. Other than Nautilus, it's a mostly squishy comp. Graves can be a little bulky if he wants to build that way, but otherwise it's very, very squishy.
Very squishy indeed, as we're going to go ahead and load up onto it. So just taking a look over at these teams, you're looking for a lot of fights if you're Slapchop mainly.
Yeah, definitely. You would want Nautilus to probably get somebody on the back line, knock up the entire team, and he can jump in with Tibbers. Graves can blast somebody with his Q and ulti. Ash can pick people off with her ulti, with the arrow, as well as dealing out consistent damage. And Lulu, very good support, can keep Ash and Annie safe, and maybe even the Graves, as they try to fight it out. As for Uncrowned Kings, they definitely have not stopped with the unconventional picks, picking up Fiddlesticks and doubling down on the Gnosis. I mean, last time Gnosis worked out well, but I have not seen the Fiddle. And, I mean, it definitely isn't the best environment for Fiddle, but it definitely has been worse for Fiddle in the jungle when Runeglade was the AP item, not the Runic Echoes.
Yeah, Rune Echo's kind of it's been a little weird. Fiddle has always been kind of that, go-to jungler if you want kind of be a simple jungler, actually. In fact, you start over at your blue and you just wait for level 6 and then go ahead and gank and just cause mayhem with your crows. And that's where, you have an opportunity if you're Slapchop to really try and shut him down. You have a Graves that, if he's able to get in safely into the jungle, you might be able to counter jungle and really abuse this Fiddle.
Yeah, the jungle has not done Fiddle any favors. There are less crowded camps. I mean, the removal of the helpers for the red and blue buff have been removed, and they're just solo now, so Fiddle can't get any bounces for his crows. And definitely Graves can clear extremely well, almost flawlessly, with the amount of kiting he can do around the camps. And he can definitely, after getting his buff, he can definitely cause Fiddle a bit of havoc.
Yeah, it can cause a lot of issues if you're not too careful of him right now. I'm also interested. I feel like this gives, I guess, Crying Pan in that mid lane an opportunity to really try and force fights that he believes that his team can win with this Annie in particular. Because if he's able to catch out this Ahri early on and really abuse it and try really hard to get ahead in this lane, it's absolute terror when you have an Annie that's just running wild.
Yeah, speaking of running, looks like Annie is taking Ghost alongside Flash instead of something like Ignite or Heal or something like that. Definitely going to be looking for positioning, as in trying to position that Tibbers.
Is a possibility there. So we go ahead and just keep on waiting here. 40 seconds until we get into that load screen. I'm interested to see how this Ezreal lane kind of does into the Thresh. I believe we had a Lulu versus Thresh lane earlier on in the tourney at one point. I felt like Lulu had a little bit more lane superiority, and that kind of gives Ashe a little bit more control of the lane too.
Yeah, definitely. Lulu, a combination you can do is you take your E, and then you just put the shield on yourself while you poke with some auto attacks and maybe a Q if it's like a level 2. If you're at level 2, you can definitely do that to harass the Thresh and Ezreal, which have very short ranges. Thresh having a very, he's a range champion, but it's a very short range. I think it's like 450, 475 range he has.
So yeah, can be abused quite easily there as we go ahead and load up into our game here for our second semifinal here of the winner's bracket. It's going to be pretty much who can take all the marbles here, as, again, both teams looking for a seed here, as you're guaranteed prizing if you do win this game.
Yeah, it's all about that prize that they're trying to get today, trying to get that glory, trying to get that prize and bring it home for their team.
Again, lots of opportunities, some RP, the triumphant Rise skin. That's always a nice bonus to get.
That's nice.
Always nice to be able to brag with that in solo queue. So Well, I'm interested to see how both these teams fare. Winner here goes on to take on Barefoot, as you can see from the bracket right there. I'm really excited to see how well this goes.
Yeah, definitely. This will be a very good game. Both these teams have had dominant performances in the games they have participated in, and it's going to be exciting to see them finally clash.
There you guys go. Uncrowned Kings on your blue side, Slapchopachino on the red. Winner here goes on to a final. Let's see who can take it.
All right, as the teams are running into the jungle on the blue side, we have the Uncrowned Kings. Go Pika on that Noxus top. Antares on the Fiddlesticks jungle. Savage on the Ari mid. Crank on the Ezreal ADC. And Alpha Snarl on the Thresh support.
As we load on into this again, 5 members of Slapchopachino up in that top side. On their side, it's going to be interesting to see as we go over really quickly, as I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting over to the game. Sorry about that. We'll be over there quite shortly.
Well, in the meantime, it seems to be like they're just going to fan out. Looks like Uncrowned Kings fanning out across the map as well. Though it seems that Slapchop is grouping a bit towards the bottom side.
Yeah, grouping up to the bottom side, but right on top of a ward. I believe they actually know that's been placed down there as flashing the mastery, making sure people know who they're dealing with. It should be interesting to see how well this one goes for it. Again, we're going to have to see how well Overlord can really abuse the map and really try and put out pressure.
Oh yeah, now that you're caught up, would you like to introduce Slapchop?
Yeah, now that I can, on Slapchop's side, up in the top lane, on the Nautilus, it's going to be Bro Rito in the jungle on Graves. It's Overlord Puffles in the mid lane on the Little Fire Child Annie. It's going to be X-Crying Pan. Trick shots on the Ashe in ADC role, and in support, it's going to be Peanut Big Top on the Lulu.
Yeah, as it seems like as the lanes start to begin, teams are feeling each other out. A little poke being traded back and forth.
Again, I believe this is actually the 3rd Thresh game for Alpha Snail as well. He's been really loving that Thresh.
Yeah, definitely loving that. Taking the Ignite as well, which means he'll probably want to get into a few fights with this spot, with the Ezreal backing him up.
Level 2 is reached there by Slapchopachino. They're looking to maybe try and pressure. No, they're just going to go ahead and clear that wave. Play it safe here right now. Isn't a best of 3. It's only a best of 1, so any mistakes you make early here can be costly. And up in this top lane, you know, it's such a passive lane for both of them. Like, I believe Nautilus, he can push back a Nasus, but this is kind of what you want as Nasus right now. You get pretty much free reign.
Yeah, Nautilus has received a few nerfs. And while he can push with his E,
the flash coming in through the mid lane. That's going to be a kill going over to Savage as the Fiddlesticks flashed over the Raptor wall. That is a very unique place to go.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise, and I'm not sure if Crying Pan saw that coming.
There is a pink ward. I'm not sure if he saw it.
Yeah, he may have not been paying attention, or Fiddle might have just snuck by.
Meanwhile, in the bot side right now, Fiddle is just causing havoc right now as Trick Shots gets ignited, gets silenced, likely to go down here. Peanut Big Top as well, and Slapchopachino are just having an unfortunate start.
What an excellent start for Uncrowned Kings. These unconventional picks are really coming in for them. I mean, at first, like, when we see these, we're like having a few question marks over our heads, but as we see by the execution, it's going really well for Antares.
Going very well indeed. Already a 1,700 gold lead at 4 minutes. If you're Slapchop right now, what do? You kind of just have to regroup and rethink how you're going to play this one out.
Yeah, you're going to have to shake that off. I mean, it's still early. There's still a lot of time in this game to come back and reassert yourself. You're just going to have to farm up, try and make sure you at least get a CS advantage, even though you're down a few kills. And maybe Graves can try and help out his lane. Speaking of helping out,
up top lane right now does get withered, puts down the end of the line at the moment. Rito, it's going to be a flash in the end from the Nautilus as he's forced to go back. We'll have to burn TP to get back into lane. And that's a good start there by Overlord. He needs to make impacts around the map.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to at least delay this Gnosis for a little bit will definitely help, because Gnosis, as you and I both know, can really scale up with these stacks. He can become a havoc late in the game if he gets enough of them and really start causing a lot of damage to towers and champions.
Trick shots and them pushing in, getting pushed in for that matter. Frying Pan having to dodge some Qs. Again, it's going to be some tough lanes until you hit that level 6 mark. Then I think you're going to see a lot more fighting coming out of Slapchop.
Yeah, definitely. They need to try and claw their way back into this game. I mean,
oh, Peanut gets caught there again, all on the side. Has the shield, takes a decent chunk of damage. And you just got to be careful with your positioning. Need to stay behind the minions because, again, Alpha Snail's hit a lot of good hooks in this tournament. So just not enough respect there.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can do against these major supports is engage on them. They're fairly weak to hard engage. They don't want to actually go up in front. They just want to fight. Speaking of fights.
Meaning about fight, Savage is forced to blow that flash in mid lane. Crying Pan used his to engage. Ignite is going to be on the table for Savage though first, coming up shortly, but you might see a repeat gank as he does have that ghost if he really wants to, and should hit level 6 before the Ahri.
Yeah, that's going to be real deadly if Crying Pan can stack up those to the stun and basically get a Ghost Timbers, I guess, in this case, and keep Ahri locked down enough. Ahri won't have her flash to escape, so it could end up being the end for Savage if he gets caught.
Quick shots in them, pushing back into their turret. They have to try and clear a little bit here. Ash will be able to pick up some of these right here. Needing.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh.
Yeah.
And gets spotted there by the pink ward. It goes down, so they lose a little bit of that needed vision, and will have that flash available to him shortly, so might be seeing a repeat. Already seeing pings go out. Burrito is going to ward, gets some knowledge of what's going on up there.
Yeah, that Scarecrow is lurking, and he's going to be getting close to 6 soon, which means he can engage either by flash or just straight up a Crow Storm.
And those are big ults if he's able to get Crying Pan again. Almost a little bit overextended. Is going to get charmed there. Doesn't have any summoners get out. Trades the kill in the end as Tibbers is able to take him out.
Yeah, great job by Crying Pan. Managing to pick up something from what seemed like pretty much a clean kill, but Bill 6 end up actually taking counter aggro while trying to drain Annie, and unfortunately he ended up going down as well.
The one thing is, though, as Annie, you're always okay, I feel like, going 1-for-1 because you just insanely scale with just a little bit of items. And Burrito up in this top lane going aggressive onto the Nautilus. Doesn't have any support to follow him up at the moment. Still has the ult available. Misses the ward there on the bush, so has to just reconsider that one really quick.
Yeah, Nautilus has taken a few nerfs, but he's still a very viable top laner. And especially against Nasus, whose early game is infamously bad, Nautilus can definitely put a hurt.
Yeah, puts the hurt right there, but as you can see, a repeat gank in this mid lane. The Crows go, and Andy gets taken down again. They are just camping. There needs to be some support coming over from Overlord at some point here.
Yeah, it seems like Adderus went to Walmart, picked up a tent, and basically set it right near the mid lane, helping out Savage getting an advantage in this mid lane.
And that's where you need to get an advantage over this Ahri, who doesn't have an Ignite to really add to her kill potential. It's really hard to get back into the lane because I don't think you'll ever have a chance where she'll be able to straight up kill Ahri unless she overcommits to, say, a minion or something.
Yeah, definitely over-aggressiveness can lead to unfortunate mistakes and can lead to opportunities to get back in the game. I mean, I've had certain lanes where I just get completely curb stomped and then my opponent makes up. Hold on.
Oh, up in top lane, Burrito going quite aggressive, pops the ultimate, forces Nasus to do the same. Nasus underneath turret, and he's going to lose a big wave here. Possibly. He's actually going to stick around. Overlord is coming up here to try and punish this because, again, this is Nasus with no mana. He has nowhere to go. Aggro goes on to Burrito, and Overlord going to pick up the kill.
Yeah, that's a clean dive. And as I was finishing my point, basically Annie will have to look for some opportunity, as in if Ari tries to over-aggress, that's probably the best opportunity, catch him with a stun under tower, and that's probably the way you can get back in the game if you're behind.
Ash Arrow is also on the table as well if they really want to try and make some playmaking potential. There is an Infernal Drake also up on the table as Trickshots is going to avoid that hook, but top tower goes down, and that's a good one there. And again, the camp of mid lane. There's just no respect from Crying Pan at the moment. You'd think after 4 times he'd know.
Yeah, he might be crying a bit after that camp. It's just, oh man, I can't even speak. This is just brutal. Like, one died 4 times to 4 fiddle ganks.
Has to play careful right now. Still a long time into the match, and you see, even though they're getting kills onto this Ahri, they're starting to be worth less at the moment, as the gold is actually starting to go kind of back towards Slapchopachino's favor, as they're able to close the gap by about 500 here with that first tower.
I mean, it can't be worth gold if you keep dying.
Exactly. But here comes again the fiddle that's causing havoc everywhere right now. Is going to get spotted out though by the Scrying Bloom. And picked it up. Burrito making a roam over to mid lane, gonna go ahead and clear that pink ward.
Yeah, definitely. It seems, right now it seems to be about 2k gold lead for the Uncrowned Kings. Even though they're down a tower, especially First Blood Tower, they're still keeping this lead.
Yeah, there is a decent sized gold lead starting to form also in bot lane. Unfortunately, Trickshots did go down there early on, so lost a little bit of farm. They just got to figure out a way to try and get back into this. Alpha Snail on the side.
Yeah, they'll probably need to get a trick shot from Trickshots with the Ash Arrow. And hopefully they can get a pick and try and get some momentum back for their team.
Burrito actually flashes on in toward the Ahri in mid lane. As maybe got a little too trigger happy there. Does have the ultimate still available.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was going to try and either flash root or flash hook. That's usually what you want to do, try to lock somebody down Nautilus. But, I mean, I've even made that mistake a few times. Gotten too aggressive, I'm just left out there in the cold.
And right now, just a slight little pause on our end right there. Trickshots just clearing out this wave, but you can see this fiddle is just causing mayhem wherever he goes. He's in bot lane right now, just looking to keep it up. And actually, Ahri might get pinchered right here. Here comes the arrow. Beautiful arrow coming down. That's the shutdown going over to Overlord.
DY @ Savage, and taking that arrow straight to the face, cutting off any chance of escape, and managing to get some fire back into the team of Slapchop.
Nice arrow coming out there from Trickshots. You said it, he had to pull one off, and there it was, able to secure it onto the Ahri. Burrito just a little off the angle there with the hook, but he'll clear out those waves.
Yeah, it seems like the lanes will be resetting. Looks like Fiddle was sitting in the bot lane brush, but has since backed.
Yeah, sent back, didn't really want to stick around any longer, does have that Crow Storm available, is going to have that flash up too, so you might be expecting him to come mid lane again, just from past experience.
Yeah, this Annie unfortunately is not having a very good time. I mean, considering all the pressure that has been sent mid lane, the tower is still in pretty decent shape. I mean, I think that there's more damage on the blue side tower, if I'm correct.
Yeah, a little bit of damage there. We do have Fiddle roaming his way up toward that top side. There is a Graves going to spot out the Nasus right here. Does have Flash available. Is going to try and pop that ultimate. Is bringing them over toward it. Overlord actually going in aggressed on right here. There's no mana though from the Nasus, and they're going to go down. Crying Pan in the mid lane getting soloed by Fiddlesticks.
Bit of a sad game for Crying Pan, as he's just trying to get back in the game, and he just keeps getting killed over and over and over again. This Fiddle is being a complete pain in the butt.
Well, they're going to see what they can do. 3 kills on a Graves, though, is no laughing matter. Trick Shots gets hooked across there from the side. Minions not able to intercept that one. Just cranking them, keeping up this gold lead here in bot. The culling, though, that is bought by Trick Shot, should be popping off soon here as he's a couple minions away. Has to play a little bit safe. Alpha Snail stepping up, threatening the hook. But you can see 2 members already heading down of Uncrowned Kings, maybe trying to look for a dive here, or at least an Infernal Drake.
Yeah, this is a nice little stroke of luck for Uncrowned King, getting that Infernal Drake early. I think today we've had very few early Infernals. It's mostly been Clouds or Ocean, but this is actually a nice pickup for Uncrowned Kings.
Good pickup indeed for them, so we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen with them pushing onto this bot tower. Might be looking at other objectives. 16 minutes on the clock right now. Might start and see some more things happening.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a gank bot lane.
Possibility right now. Overlord coming over. Fiddle doing what he can. Alpha going down low. Here comes the stun from Trick Shots. It's going to go over to the ADC. And Slapchop making their way back into this one.
Yeah, definitely Trick Shots making some real good shots with that with the arrow.
Oh, Burrito spots out a Fox, but they're not going to pick up anything. And now this mid bot lane tower is a possibility for them as they want to try and siege it down.
Yeah, I mean, they finally got, they're getting some momentum. They could pick up another tower here, take the lead in towers. Oh, there's a hook.
Yeah, hook is going to land. Oh, beautiful prediction coming out from Burrito. Crying Pan decides not to flash Tippers there, and they're just going to go ahead and take the tower. At the exchange, though, of the Rift Herald that is going down quite slowly over to the top side here of the Nasus and the Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, Rift Herald is a little easier to take down now, and I think that's probably why it's becoming a little more popular. I mean, before it was like very much a last resort. Like almost anything would have been more worth than Rift Herald, but now it's definitely a little bit more higher priority. But it's not much as a dragon, but definitely can cause a lot of havoc now that Nasus now has the Rift Herald at his disposal.
So we'll see if there's any reaction here from Slapchopachino when it goes down. Nasus does have the ability to teleport to lane. He might even slow push it by actually releasing the Herald down inside the base and then letting his team enough time to rotate over. Fiddlesticks gets spotted out here. Wards go down. This is a close game now. Gold has evened out.
Yeah, it looks like Fiddle was having a lot of impact early, but the focus on top lane from Graves, helping out the Nautilus, keeping that Nasus down for the count for a little bit, has definitely kept this game a bit even.
Another quick factoid. Slapchopachino and this team actually clashed earlier in the month at the Microsoft Store, and it was a completely different game. Slapchop and them were down quite heavily early on. So right now doing well to keep themselves within grasp of this match and evening out the gold.
Yeah, when you have a rematch with old foe, it's always nice to see what they changed. Look back to what the last time you have played them, and also see what you learned and see how it definitely has gone to their preparation for this match.
As meanwhile, Burrito pushing this top lane has Overlords there in case anything goes wrong. Trying to clear out these waves right now. Gets the root onto Nasus. Nasus starting to build quite a heavy amount of stacks, 300 stacks. So that's going to be a scary dog once he gets going.
Yeah, it looks like he went to the Iceborne Gauntlet instead of the Trinity Force. Probably makes sense because his start wasn't as good as earlier. Definitely good going for the defensive item.
Burrito and them looking at it is going to get withered. Going to get hit there, but the shield pops up, so it don't matter a whole lot. This Nautilus doesn't take a whole lot of damage. Meanwhile, in bot lane, Trick Shot threads the needle, unfortunately, but here comes Crying Pan from the side. He's going to spawn out. Here comes Fiddlesticks, though. Again, all the members, Fiddlesticks gets stunned and exhausted. He gets taken down. Crying Pan right now getting taken down right low. Gets taken down in the end by Savage, but at what cost will he go down? Right now, here comes the chase. Is anybody within range right now? It's going to be Overlord likely in the end. They pick him off just slightly. Get the W and pick that up. But in exchange of his life, he gets taken down.
2 for 2 in that chaotic fight in the bot lane, but it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Overlord might be thinking he can take more. Alpha Snail does get blinded there. Nothing else is going to happen as Nasus ended up using teleport, but immediately backed. So Rift Herald's still on the table for him.
Yeah, he can hang on to that for a bit, as it's basically he is gaining a bunch of stats from that Rift Herald, especially the Empowered Recall.
Oh, 20 minutes on the clock. We did just have that Baron pop up there on the spawn, so always great to see that guy joining us on the Rift.
Yeah, it's always great to see the big purple worm appearing once again.
Crying fan right now. Just clearing out that wave. Trinkets have been swapped out a little. Trick Shots does have a QSS also in his arsenal right now. He's just suffering in CS right now.
Yeah, definitely 47 CS down exactly to the Ezreal. And currently sitting on Blade Room King and QSS, trying to get out of those charms, Fiddle, Fears, Wither, and a lot of CC on the side, and Rift Herald's up.
Instant rotation, though, coming out from Slapchop. They're going to prevent this from taking anything else. Actually, Fiddle in a bad spot right now. Might get ulted down. He gets taken down there by Lulu in the end. Nass is able to stack Graves, though, right now. Ezreal misses. That's a big one. Crying Pan in the hunt with that ultimate at the moment. Able to pick that one up for his team. Now possibly a re-engage. Crank has to be a little bit careful. Tibbers is still up on the table. Crying Pan, what are you doing? You're in a bad spot right now. Tibbers comes out. It might not be enough. Weird pathing coming out from Crying Pan.
No.
Very weird.
Yeah, that was, I believe, a 2 for 2 trade, as well as a tower going down. Basically, the Kings picking up a tower, and I think that just barely goes in favor of the Kings.
So unfortunately, just a mistake there. Pathing decided to not stick with his team, ends up getting heavily punished for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Crying Pan needs to sit back, take a look. I think he's suffering a bit. I mean, he's 2-7. This isn't exactly his best game.
Oh, they're gonna walk straight on in, but he catches the Nautilus that's around the corner. Mountain Drake up on the table. Overlords and them are just gonna go ahead and secure the scuttle. Gotta be very careful if you're here on the side of Slapchop. There is 5 members. Crowstorm is up. It is gonna spot out most of the team though, as the W forces Ari to take away their ward does get finally put into the book.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a standoff at the Mountain Drake, and I think both teams might be going back. No, the Slapchop might be making a move.
But Nasus in that mid lane can start pushing it down, so Slapchop have to answer for something here.
And I think that will give Kings the inside track on the Mountain Drake, as they tend to stand around a little bit.
Slapchop staying as a unit still. Annie has rotated away from that one right now. On top of that, Scuttle Crab is a possibility that they decide to try and go in on this one. They are going to start off the mountain. Might be seeing yet another team fight here. A rather very close game still at the moment. Slapchop, they got put down quite early. Now coming in, Annie is not here for this fight. Lulu gets hooked there. Thresh goes on in, gets 2 of them with the flay. The dragon is stolen though by Overlords. Hook comes in. Here comes the arrow on top, and Ash hiding back right now. There is still an Annie hiding in the bush, trying to get the right angle here. Doesn't have flash up. Already used Tibbers.
Yeah. Looks like somewhat they didn't keep track of it as they're fighting. I guess it was somewhat of a split look, as they didn't see the dragon, and Graves just came in and swooped it, took it.
So a nice takeaway. Overlord trying to do work on the champ as much as he can. Call still on the table there for Ash, has yet to sell it. Still sitting on a little bit of gold. That's a big difference in the gold right now, is just mainly the mid lane and the ADC. But if played right, they do have the opportunity to try and get back in this one. It's not insurmountable.
Yeah, definitely. Overlord is keeping them in this game with the ganks early top lane, getting that first tower, keeping the pressure on as Fiddle goes around camping mid lane. He's definitely trying to keep his team in the game right now.
That is the plan right now. Mainly having to make good use of the advantages you can get, force the plays where they can be made.
Yeah, definitely. Slapchop is relying on compensating play. Basically, Nautilus and Graves trying to carry this team out of the deficit from the bottom side of the map that has been created.
Again, right now, just taking a little bit of a breather. 25 minutes on the clock, 11 to 10. Only 2 Ks separate these two teams. And he does have that flash up available as well. So maybe looking to try and make a play here, as Thresh Hook is not going to connect blindly onto anybody.
Yeah, this is a really competitive game. If anything, it's probably one of the more competitive games of the day. And it's appropriate, it is the second semifinal.
It's mainly just trying to pick off the Ahri at this point. It's such a big damage dealer, but that Banshee's change made that item pretty much a must-buy on all mid laners, and really kind of hurts Annie right now in the current meta, because you have to break that shield.
Yeah, definitely. If they want to break that shield, they'll probably have to have Nautilus, Lulu, or Graves probably pop it. Probably Nautilus can, well, Lulu can use her Q to probably try and pop it from distance. And if Nautilus can go close, he can use his E.
Again, just got to be careful with the vision game at the moment. Trick shots and them just clearing this one out.
Yeah, it seems to be a standoff in the mid lane, as they're basically just trying to feel each other out. And Nautilus, it looks like in a bit of trouble.
Going on a little aggressive here. The rest of the team is rotating up. He might have to consider leaving now, and actually Fiddle decided, no, I don't really want to deal with the submarine. He's going to let him live up in top lane. Actually, ultimate coming in right onto Overlords. He gets popped down fairly low, is actually able to dodge everything there. That's a big ultimate down. Rorito, though, in the middle of the fight, has to be a bit careful. He's very tanky, though. Looks like he'll just waltz out of this one.
Yeah, that seems to be the case for Nautilus. He's very, very tanky. Currently having a Sunfire Cape and a Spirit Visage and another Spectre's Cowl.
Gotta be careful. Ward does go out, spots the rest of the team. Again, it's just playing safe, not face-checking bushes. It's really, this kind of works in the favor. Actually looking to land the arrow onto Fiddle right there. Hook is able to land. Fiddle is going down quite low. He's going to get taken down by the Nautilus. Slapchopachino have a fight that they can take right now. Alpha Snail forced to flash. Crying Pan is going to end up ulting the Nastas at the moment. Flash in from Trick Shots. They are looking to try and take that one, trying to kick the kill off the Ashe, and right now Slapchop take a great fight.
Yeah, that was an excellent fight for Slapchop, picking up 2 kills for none, able to pick up those 2 kills and get some more gold in their pockets and get a little momentum on their side.
That is a great one to have, kind of even out the gold and actually possibly try and take the lead here, trying to push in this mid tower. Q rank trying to prevent that, and he has to be a little bit careful, but again, Slapchopachino dead even gold.
Yeah, it seems like the last fight managed to get Slapchop of their Moxie back, as basically League is not only game mechanics, but also a game of the mind. Basically, your confidence, how you feel about the game, has a very big impact on how you play the game. Pretty much getting that confidence back can be a very positive boon for Slapchop.
Is a big possibility right now if they're able to, again, keep picking off members. You get that Fiddlesticks, you get that Ahri, you get so much damage off the table, because that's where a lot of the gold is.
Yeah, it seems that way. Fiddle actually picking up a Banshee's Veil as well for himself. Doesn't want to get caught like that again.
Looking to just clear out the Baron Pit wards, as trinkets will go down. Not spotting out the Ahri at the moment, though. Have to be a bit careful.
Yeah, it seems...
try and keep this from spiraling out of control.
Yeah, it seems to be, looks like they're camping the bush, trying to see if they can catch anybody out.
Looking to see what they can. Fnatic Death Push. the classic strat, but on the table right now is going to be a dragon. And right now that is a mountain drake. So Slapchop looking to see, you know, if they're able to pick up this mountain drake. That's 2 on the table for them. Q-Rank already pops the blasting cone. The thing is, you never want to fight on top of a scuttle for the enemy team.
Yeah, having that speed advantage is very, very crucial. Able to move around, reposition as the Mountain Drake is currently being taken, and it looks like there's no contest.
No contest there, so Slapchop are going to go ahead and take that one. 2 Mountain Drakes on the table right now.
Yeah, I believe that is 20% increased damage to structures and epic monsters like Baron and Dragon. That will definitely help when taking these objectives later in the game.
Also an adaptive helm being built by Nautilus, so looking to just be insanely tanky. And that might be kind of the saving grace right now. If he's able to get into that backline, pop those Banshees with the shockwaves, there is a chance that it allows the rest of the CC to follow through for Slapchop.
Yeah, definitely. Fiddle, of course, has his drain that takes over time, so that will definitely get that damage reduced from the adaptive helm will help reduce the damage from the drain. Yeah.
31 minutes on the clock. Still a pretty even game here. Just got to be careful here because this Ezreal is soon going to come online, and they have to be very wary of this and not really take any bad fights, because it's mainly just trying to get Ashe back into this so that she can do damage, because right now she's kind of just tickling everybody with that Bork and that Runaz. Not a real big form of damage yet.
Yeah, definitely. Once Ezreal picks up that Bork, he'll probably go for a Last Whisper. Which one he'll go for? He might go for the Lord Dominic's for that Nautilus getting in his face, or he could go... Well, there aren't too many heals, so I'm guessing Lord Dominic's would probably be the Last Whisper item of choice.
Just taking a quick look over at that itemization, we do see the Night's Vow was finished right away for Thresh. Putting that onto Ezreal, try and keep him even more safe. Though I do like what Lulu's going to be doing here. She's going to have a lot of shields to work with once she finishes that locket.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much the standard build I go as well. Basically the Eye of the Watchers, Redemption, Locket, and maybe even Ardent Sensor, or maybe even Mikhail's to get people have like charms and hooks.
One thing I got to give Slapchop right now is their defensive ward coverage. Look at their jungle. It is absolutely lit up. You're not going to go through there, and that's what they need to play. They need to play cautiously, because if they get caught out at any point, there's going to be huge consequences for it.
Yeah, definitely. Defensive warding is very good, especially in a tight game like this. You want to know what's going on in your jungle at all times, and that definitely helps out with that.
Nautilus and them just spotting out that R8. Alpha trying to get a hook is not going to land there as he gets his ward taken out. Puts another one. It looks like we are going to go ahead and go into a quick pause here. Unsure what's happening there right now. We'll have to check it out. I don't believe this is a long one, as we're just trying to figure this one out really quick.
Yeah, and from the look, when I'm looking at these builds, I see Ahri has a Luden Zeko, Banshee's Veil, Morello's, and the Sword Shoes. So basically be doing a lot of damage as we come back from the pause.
Yeah, on the other half, though, you do allow this Annie to get a little bit more tanky, and also the sticking power. Once you're able to get that Timbers out and put it into the middle of the team, it just absolutely slows the team with that Rylai's.
Yeah, definitely. The Rylai's Leandri's Torment combination is probably one of the oldest item combinations in the league. Basically, you get the slow from the Rylai's, and and from the Leandri's Torment, it applies a little bit more damage, health damage to CC targets.
Again, just cresting over 9:30 here local time. Starting to get pretty late. These guys have been going on for almost 9 hours. So
yeah, it's 11:30 on the East Coast for me, so I mean, I'm still casting this till the end, so.
Well, it's coming out pretty good. These matches have actually gone pretty good over the last couple rounds, so I'm excited to see how this one turns out. Right now, it's pretty much anyone's game. It's going to be whoever gets caught out, really.
Yeah, you're talking about how long these teams have been playing. Uncrowned Kings had played more games than Slapchop, so maybe there could be some fatigue going in, as they have definitely been on the Rift a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, and it gives, again, Slapchop a little bit more knowledge of their play tendencies, because a lot of these teams, you know, they've been watching the other teams play. They've been actually theory crafting, you know, how these teams have been moving around the map, where they put down wards, and it's really awesome to see here, even at just, you know, a semi-pro play.
Yeah, that is really nice to see. It's good to see these teams really getting it their all, not only on the Rift, but also off the Rift.
Wards are spotting out that mid lane death brush though, so nothing scary is going to come out of that. Game has just stalled out here, and really if you're Slapchop, you're okay with this happening. Ash is just slowly going to keep on scaling up, and as well as this Graves will get to a point where he might get, you know, a GA and just almost become unkillable.
But then again, Slapchop is not the only team that has scaling. I mean, you have the Gnosis scaling up. You have Ari, who's going to be doing a lot of damage. Ezreal is a very good late game carry as well. And Fiddlesticks, a Crowstorm can really make a fight go south for Slapchop.
Slapchop right now just clearing out wards around that Baron, looking at trying to possibly get a pick. Annie not there, just holding the mid lane. Has to play a little bit careful here. Has her own Banshees though, in case she gets picked off. We haven't really seen a whole lot from the Fiddlesticks either. It's been a little while since he's really made something, and his damage has kind of fallen off a little.
Yeah, I mean, early game, he was all over the map. I mean, he still has pretty good kill participation, participating 9 out of the 11 kills of the Kings. And, I mean, yeah, Phil soon get a... I mean, that's damage doesn't scale as well. I mean, he's just going to be mostly used for that Crowstorm to disorient Slapchop. Pretty much that'll be his role late in the game.
Mainly to cause mayhem right now. 36 minutes on the clock. This is a close one, to say the very least.
Yeah, definitely. As it's been the past like 10 minutes or so, has been a little bit of a lull, as basically the teams are just trying to not make a mistake, because a mistake this point in the game could be basically deadly and could be bye-bye finals for one of these teams.
Elder Drake is on the table as well, so 2 big objectives. A possibility here for each side. Is Overlord gonna go ahead, try and take that scuttle away, get that vision, get that altar. A lot of people don't really seem to understand. I know one of casters I usually work with, Ender, will oftentimes say you should never fight on the enemy Scuttle Crab, because almost every fight you will lose.
Yeah, definitely. Speed is in fact key. If you do have that Scuttle Crab under you, you're able to reposition a bit better. You're able to move around to fight. It'll be a little more smoother. Allow you to dodge a few skill shots here and there. That Scuttle Crab may be small, but it can have a very huge impact.
And Nautilus is going to pop that Banshees off the Fiddlesticks at the moment.
Yeah, that's gonna be down for a little bit, and that's a power, definitely a deficit of power for the Fiddle.
I'm just a little worried right now. 530 stacks on this Nasus as well. This is a pretty scary Nasus when you get close to him. He is a little bit tanky right now. He isn't insanely tanky, and if you're able to keep him off your ADC and your mid laner, he won't be able to do a whole lot, because he's just going to get held up there by Nautilus.
Yeah, that's one of the big weaknesses of Gnosis, is he's extremely kiteable. Like, he doesn't really have too many gap closers other than his flash. Like, that's currently being taken. He can wither somebody, but that's only on one person. If you're just trying to run down, try to get past the... Oh,
Nautilus is going to get charmed there. He's going to get hooked on in. He's going to get flayed back. Gets the massive shield. Overlord is there. He tries to Spider-Man his way out. Gets charmed. Here comes the follow-up, though. It comes in. Ari goes over the wall. Here comes the Fiddlesticks as well. Overlord gets put down pretty low right now. Here comes Nasus from the side. Trickshots has to kite back, and it's only going to no members, only the one member being Peanut Big Top going down. That could have went a whole lot worse.
Yeah, Savage and Burrito nearly going down in that fight. Nautilus, knowing from personal experience, is extremely tanky. He can take a lot of punishment, especially with a top lane build, which usually is a little more tankier than the support build I usually run.
And right now, Elder Drake might be in the minds here of no Uncrowned Kings. Q rank on this Ezreal, 326 farm at the moment.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. So it seems there may be a standoff over the Elder Drake coming up.
Trying to see right now, Crying Pan is going to go ahead, get that blue buff for himself. Overlord just clearing out the wards in the pit. Doesn't want any vision to be free right now. 2 Mountain Drakes as well. You know, if you give up an objective here at any point, like a big fight, anything where a couple members go down, you're going to lose a lot of your base.
Yeah, especially if they get that Elder Dragon. That'll basically get 50% more power to the current dragons they have, so that'll be a 30%. It'll be like having 3 Mountain Drakes if they do get that Elder Dragon, as well as the True Damage Burn.
It's still probably our closest game here of the tourney. 40 minutes on the clock. It's only about 1,000 gold lead here for Uncrowned Kings, but at this point that doesn't matter. 1,000 gold lead might as well be just a 200 or 300 gold lead when it comes to these late game fights.
Yeah, it definitely seems. I think this may be the longest game of the day, right? As far as I remember. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
one big thing in particular, there is only 1 Ignite available for Uncrowned Kings for the next minute or two. So they might try and force something here if you're on the side of Slapchop, because you have all these flashes, all these engages. You just have to fight coordinated as a team, and you should win these.
Yeah, definitely that'll be the case. Looks like Ahri is 3/4 of the way through the cooldown. That Ignite will be coming up soon. And basically, almost all Summoner spells, Fiddle will still not have the flash, and Ezreal will not have heal. And as for Slapchop, Nautilus doesn't have flash, Graves doesn't have flash, Ashe doesn't have heal, and that's about it. So it's about even on Summoner spells, though the value may vary on each of those.
Spillstick's going to go ahead, clear out the ward, is spotted there. Sees it going down. Slapchop at them. Actually, they're going to go for a Baron attempt here. TP comes in from Nasus. Slapchop, they know this is happening. Hawkshot goes over the pit. 8,000 on the Baron right now. Here comes the ult. It only hits Nasus. That is a big one. Alpha, though, uses the box. Actually, lots of damage. Crying Pan onto the side. Gets a big Timbers down, and this could be disastrous here for Uncrowned Kings. Right now, 1 member goes down, 2 members go down. Nautilus gets the hook onto Ahri. They flash in over the wall. That is going to be a dead Ahri. That is 3 members of Uncrowned Knights going down and give Slapchop a huge opportunity.
I think when Thresh got caught, they should have done right then and there. Though they did manage to finish off the Baron and grab it, it's only on 2 members. And basically 3 members are dead, and right now, Slapchop needs to seize on this opportunity and take a few towers.
Need to take at least 1 there. They are pressuring the mid lane. Big swing and gold at the minute. Sure, they let go of this Baron. Ezreal just keeping the poke up, actually sniping trick shots over the wall. They are able to take down that second one. Peanut, you're separated from your team. He's on the run right now. Is going to avoid the Iceborne Gauntlet proc right now. Slapchop, they're kind of running over just to this bot lane. And actually, they haven't recalled yet, and that might actually hurt them because that gives the opportunity for Elder Drake to be taken.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're doing these recalls, because if you miss time these recalls, you could end up just getting the objective over for free.
I think that's what's happened.
Oh, man.
So Slapchop, sure, they pick up the kills, they pick up the towers, but they let go of this Elder Drake. There's not a whole lot they can do at this point.
Yeah, they need to get on this Elder Drake. Chop, chop, come on. You got to get there, or else you're just going to lose it.
I don't know if they have the opportunity. Peanut, he dodges the charm and the hook. It goes over to Uncrowned Kings, so immediately answer the little advantage that Slapchop had. Now Uncrowned need to use this Elder Drake that they took away from them to really push something out.
Yeah, they have 2 members of the team, Nautilus and Ezreal, both have Baron. and the entire team currently having the Eldritch, and they should be able to get some burn on these towers.
So pushing on in right now, it looks like, I feel like it's a hard one because they don't have an insane amount of siege, though, going into their comp. Make sure they get the hook onto Nautilus, but look at him, he's so tanky.
Yeah, Nautilus currently on 5 items, looking to finish off that last item, currently on a chain vest. It could be possibly a Thorn Mail from that to prevent that Nautilus from basically taking a bit back after Siphoning Strike. Or it could be another armor item.
Again, keeping the push in onto this. It looks like this tower will go down. Nautilus and Crowstorm into the backside. Trick shot, huge shields, come on out. Here comes the arrow to respond. They do pick up the kill onto Burrito. But at the moment, what else can they do? They are looking to try. Here comes Crypad from the side. Huge Timbers comes down, picks up Q rank. That's a big one right now, but Nasus is running wild. They pick up a second kill. Trick shots now cutting in onto Fiddlesticks. That is 3 members going down. And Overlords, he flashes on in, gets charmed. He's looking to pick up another one. 4 members, Slapchop answering back.
They had the... It was a pretty spread out team fight. They had the Baron and the Elder Drake, and they still ended up on not coming out on top. I guess because it's a spread out fight, and basically Annie getting that flank, and the excellent wild growth saving Tricks for about a few more seconds.
And look at this huge wave in the bot line. This is a massive push. Maybe looking at possibly getting an inhibitor if they play their cards right. It's only Savage. Savage kind of has to play the hero right now, not able to land the Q or the charm onto Annie, and they are going to go ahead and take this one down. This is going fast. They decide they don't want to bite off more than they can chew and leave it just the inhibitor.
Yeah, that's a smart decision. The Kings were coming back up, so that was very good to just leave it, take what they can get, and go back and reset, buy some items, and probably go back for another push. And it seems like they're backing right about now. As the lanes seem to be resetting. As Fiddles doing some. And Ari's going to pick up her blue buff.
Crying Pan going to pick up his.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Just taking a little bit breather here. We're 47 minutes on the clock right now for this game. This is the longest. They're still dead even in gold. 76,000 gold both sides. Slapchop playing out of their minds from behind early on. It just makes you think if there was a little bit more respect in that mid lane, it could have meant for Annie to really get more traction early on.
Yeah, definitely. This is turning out to be an excellent game. And think about it, this is just a semifinal. Think about what the final will bring when Barefoot goes against one of these two excellent teams.
See, here's the issue right now is if you win this one, you immediately play afterwards. After playing a 50-minute game, and I'm still not sure what the format is for the final. I think it's just a best of 1, but if it was a best of 3, you would just be killed right now, and the amount of fatigue you'd be suffering. Again, pushing in onto this mid lane. They want to try and get this inhibitor. Overlords and Trickshot both rocking the GA at the moment, have the ability to come back from the dead and try and make something happen. It's full item boards built across the board, except for the Fiddlesticks in the jungle. It did finish his Rabadons.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. From both sides, finishes Rabadons. He could definitely pick up some wards. He probably would prefer to finish a last item, maybe an AP item, maybe something for a little more survivability. It's up to him.
See, this is the scary thought right now. You lose a team fight, you lose the game. There is nothing you can do to stop a Nasus from going in and just ripping apart your base if he gets the opportunity. Charm lands there onto Overlord. He has to play a little bit safe. Is going to go ahead and clear that one out. Does have some nice fruit there to sustain him back up. Has to be careful. Dodges that one out.
Hard charm. And nope. And Barefoot has to be watching this very closely as one of these two teams will be their opponent. And they're getting a lot of footage to look over and a lot of, like, scouting they can grab from this game as if they're in the crowd right now. they could definitely get a lot of information, as well as taking a really long breather, as in, as longer this game goes, the longer break that Barefoot can get to reassess themselves for the final.
Well, if these guys are still able to play and we're still able to have a voice here after quite a long time, to say the very least, I think these guys can hold up to it. But you can see Baron is on the table yet again.
Yeah, that's going to be very big. I think the team that gets this Baron and wins a fight, if there is one, will definitely pick up the win for win this game.
Right now, trying to see what they can do. Last time Uncrowned Kings took the Baron, they lost a lot in the end right now. Trying to push up. At this point, it's such a late game. One small mix-up can cost you everything. Especially, like, if we take a look again at this Nasus, 700 stacks. 50-minute game. This is as late as you go.
Yeah, this is the exact game that this Nasus would want. Even though the early game was not very good, he's able to pick up a lot of stacks, get a lot of farm, get a lot of damage, get that Scything Strike nice and stacked up and ready for it to smack on a squishy.
So right now, 50-minute mark, 82,000 gold each. Nautilus now just doing what he can, trying to be a tank. Does pick up that gargoyle plate as well. I'm not a huge fan of that right now in just the meta, because I feel like if you end up popping that, a lot of coordinated teams just will not focus you at all.
But then again, you do get a huge increase in size, especially if it's like if it's 3 or more people surrounding. You get a huge increase in size, double your HP pretty much. I mean, I disagree with you. I think it's a really good item. I mean, you get the increased size. Nautilus already has a very big body, so that would be a very. You just have this giant. You have this giant diver right in front of your face.
Okay, fair enough. I can see where you're coming from on that one. As the Fnatic Death Rush is foiled by the Lone Ward. That actually was attacked at some point, so they didn't know that was there.
Yeah. No, they did clear it, and looks like Kings do have a single ward in the Bear Pit, as well as a control ward in the pit for Slapchop, but that does not cancel out the ward from Kings.
So you have to be a bit careful here. There is so much up on the table right now. Baron is going to be spawning. Drake is coming up in 2 minutes. And you've kind of seen this ward line kind of decrease from Slapchop. They used to get up to the river now. Now they've been denied.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. You can cut the tension of this game with a knife. This is basically almost coming to the climax. I think whoever wins the next fight, just fight, don't even need to get the Baron or a Dragon, but just a straight up fight will definitely pick up the win today.
Trick shots in them. Here comes the fiddle over the wall. They're able to get right on top. Peanut is immediately taken down there. Support is off the table. Nautilus might get hit. He gets hooked there. He gets choked right there. There is, again, the big one. He fails the flash. That's 2 members down for Slapchop. Nasus in the bot lane. Pings are coming onto Baron. Oh no, this might be it for Slapchop.
The one thing you do not want to happen late game, you do not want to get picked off, because that's basically at 1 or 2 deficit of people on your team is going to cost you.
And right now, Crying Pan trying to hold off the Nasus push here. Baron going down. Overlord is still near the pit, trying to pick something off. He picks up Ari in the end. Trickshot has made his way down to the pit a little early, but the Baron goes over to Uncrowned Kings.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to lose a lot less people than last time with the Baron. Definitely a very good play. I think that's 2 for 1. 2 kills for Kings and 1 kill for Slapchop, and the Baron going on the side of Kings. So this is a really good trade and definitely sets up Kings to make one final push.
53 minutes on the clock. Death timers are ridiculously long. The fact this game is still going on is a testament how close these two teams are. You kind of wish it was a final.
Yeah. I mean, I think either of these two teams can put on a great final against Barefoot, but this is definitely a great match 53 minutes, all going towards the Elder Drake. I'm nearly out of breath.
It's just, you know, it's you have a little bit of issue right now. And actually, Elder is getting picked up or trying to right now. Against aggro, I think they were just clearing out a war. Actually, they're starting it right now. Oh, yeah, Slapchop. Nice, they really want to just try and force this objective. 4,000 health on the Dragon. Redemption coming out. It gets not stolen there by Ezreal. It's close, but red side. Slapchop pick up the Elder.
All right, from the looks of it, it looks like Kings has the Baron. Slapchop has the Elder. They have each coaxed a big monster on the Rift to their side. Now, as they will sue me for one final clash.
Rorito gets the hook onto Fiddle. No, he won't follow through right there. Just being the big submarine he is. Just trying to clear out these Baron waves.
Yeah, I actually think he missed. He did hit the wall, which he does get a cooldown refund if you hit the wall with Nautilus with your hook. So that's a bit of a good fortune.
Q rank is going to go ahead, pick up the red buff.
Yeah, they seem to be in position. They're looking at this top lane turret.
Trickshot's got absolutely chunked there by just one Ahri combo.
Man.
Has to be careful. They are playing this long con game right there. Alpha trying to get a hook. The fact it's a 55-minute game at this point. We might hit a 60-minute game from the looks of it. Slapchop want to defend this inhibitor, because here's the big thing. If an inhibitor goes down at any point here, I feel like it's just a death sentence for your team. You're stuck in that base for so long having to clear out supers, and that I feel like you could just force it.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, especially since almost, I think everyone has 6 items. Fiddle hasn't completed it. Has a classic. Oh, speaking of Fiddle.
Oh, Fiddle going in deep right now. Trickshots gets hit by the Ezreal. No one gets killed though. Crying Pan flashes on in, gets right on top of Crank, is getting the QSS. Nasus gets stunned up, and that might be a big part of it right now, is he's not able to save his team. Fiddlesticks goes down to Bro Rito on the side. Savage doing so much damage. Peanut flashes on in with no health. Locket is popped right now. This inhibitor is still alive. Slapchop are trying their hardest to save this one from going down.
I think this may be a little risky from Kings trying to force that inhibitor. They might want to clear this wave and back off, try and reset. There is a big wave on the bot lane.
Huge wave right now for Slapchop if they prevent these backs. All the GAs are up right now. There is no TP coming out from Bro Rito at this point. But look at this. There's a huge bot wave coming into the base right now, and they have to stop and go back and stop it. It looks like one member has been able to back at the moment. So, and also the minions are focusing the other minions, so nothing happening there.
Minions, ever so reliable.
Yes.
But that has ceased their aggression. It seems like now Slapchop is on the offensive, looking to make a move on that bot lane inhibitor.
Yeah, here we go. Slapchop have made their way over to this bot side. 57 minutes. I never want to say you want to be in a 57-minute game with a Nasus. 800 stacks. Just anything lost. He also has TP. That is the scary part of this, is if this Nasus is free to do anything with any kind of wave, he will instantly take your base. You will have no opportunity to stop it.
Yeah, there's also an open inhibitor in the mid lane, and there are 2 wards currently flanking that inhibitor, as in Nasus could be very sneaky if he wants and try, well, he's chasing down a little girl now, so.
Trying to look for that Annie. Full build Annie. Has a little bit of penetration there with that. Leandri's coming from the side right now. Fiddle might be in a bad spot. Nautilus not able to land the hook. Banshees are popped there on the side as Fiddlesticks loses his. Annie loses his as well. Trickshots and them moving their way up. They have 2 GAs on their side. They need to try and force something here.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And turns out Fiddle did pick up a Void Staff as his last item as he's going in.
Here we go. Fiddle goes in. GA is popped immediately. Burrito right in the middle of everything. He's still alive. Redemption comes out through. That's one kill going over. Thresh has gone down. But here comes the chase from Slapchop. This could be your game right here. They pick up 2 kills. And that is at least going to be the inhibitor.
Yeah, Fiddle was had to try to run that ult down, try and get a bit of damage, and only the tank going down for Slapchop, which basically if you had to lose somebody, that's probably the person you want to lose.
Slapchop have to be super careful here right now. They could lose a whole lot if this fight turns on their head. Overlord does not have any mana right now. Trickshot's kiting back the Nautilus. Oh. 59 minutes. You are gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, we're 30 seconds away from a 60-minute marathon of a game. And still, there's only one inhibitor down.
It's only the first inhibitor. Baron is up in 10 seconds. We're about to see him spawn on into the rift quite shortly as he gets on in to that one to help us out. This is the 3rd Baron of the game. And they're gonna start it right away.
Yeah, it seems like, let's take a look. I don't think there's any vision on the side of King, so they don't know this is happening.
Don't know what's happening, and Slapchop pick up their first Baron. And right now, we just crossed the 60-minute mark. A full hour of League of Legends here, and it's only the semis.
Yeah, hopefully you guys have some like Red Bull or something at the community center, because they might need some energy after this game, whoever wins.
Peanut and them pushing in up on the top side. And really, it's kind of a weird situation because Slapchop, they've been winning these fights actually a bit more, even when they get engaged on. If they maybe took the opportunity to try and make something happen, they might actually win this one out. It sounds like, you know, they have the better comp when it comes to this late game. If they're able to avoid the Fiddle, able to keep this Nasus off their AD carry, they have a good shot of winning this.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. They have a lot of peel with the Nautilus, able to use a lot of his CC to peel, make room for Annie and Ashe to do a lot of damage. Lulu obviously has a lot of peel with the Wild Growth. Can definitely use a Polymorph to turn the dog into a little squirrel. I guess it would be a switch since she's doing the pool party skin. I don't know.
Burrito just pressuring in this bot side. He might get a little caught out though. They're trying to pressure in the mid lane as well. Trick shots, he gets chunked though by those crows. He has to be so careful.
Yeah, those crows can do a lot of damage and bounce around and basically put a hurting on the entire team if they're all clumped up.
Here we go, Annie almost gets caught out there. A little bit of a misplay by Savage.
Yeah, that was a real close
call. Burrito still in this bot side, just keeping Nasus busy. Ult comes in from Ezreal. Overlord keeping up. It's a 3-lane push coming out from Slapchop. They have to be super careful. If one of these get engaged on, they're done.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be.
Oh, here it comes. Crowstorm on in. That's a dead Annie right now. Redemption pops out, but that is it. They can't get anything else, and Overlord takes the turret up in top lane. There's only one turret remaining on the outer rim of their base.
Yeah, and that turret is very low and could be going down soon, but it looks like they're able to clear out the minions. As it looks like Slapchop is pulling back after losing their mid laner.
Right now, having to be just a bit careful. Slapchop have this opportunity just to take off.
Yeah, this game has turned into one hell of an Iron Man match. It's basically, we're hitting 62 minutes, nearly 63 minutes into this game. And it's over 100K gold for each team.
Right now, whatever player can make a big play, it's just, that's it. Yeah. Elder Drake on the table yet again.
And it looks like Nasus is on the top lane, trying to push that up. Looks like he's taking cut through the jungle, though he might. Nasus does have TP, so he can definitely stay up and try to put some pressure on Slapchop.
Trick shots in them, moving toward the bot side.
Yep.
Getting this red buff, taking it away. GAs are still on cooldown. Actually, they just popped up for Overlord. And there's going to be an inhib. You can see right now there is 2 ZZ rods actually pushing back the minion waves in the bot side that were just picked up by Nasus and then instantly sold. There is so much gold on the table that they could try anything. Overlord in a good spot right now. They might pick up Alpha. Alpha might get caught here. Gets chunked immediately. He is taken down.
Oh, you do not. I mean,
Bro, Rio stopping the push up in top lane. They're going to go ahead and try and take this Elder without their top laner available to them. Nasus has TP available. He doesn't have any mana, though. Bro, Rito just wants to stop this from, again, going down. You can see the amount of damage. He's just trying to clear the minions. That's all he can do right now. It doesn't matter. Oh, he's able to get it right now. Gets the ult on top of Nautilus. Elder Drake is now on to him. He's able to actually burn down this Nautilus quite effectively.
Yeah, Nautilus is bringing down the Nasus, and Nasus seems using the Wither to get away.
Oh, minion just getting in their way, but you can see the chase right now from Crying Pan. He wants that dog. He wants a dog for Christmas. He's looking for it. He's so close. Flash is blown. Flash in onto the Nasus. He gets put down solo. Crying Pan, though, he might overextend. It's going to be, oh, so much is blown for him, though. Meanwhile, on bot side, though, Overlords.
Yeah, there's action going over this entire map. I mean,
get the hook onto him. Actually, Fiddlesticks isn't in a good spot right now. Gets charmed right now. Oh, Peanut, you gotta be careful there. Oh, the hook just misses.
Yeah, it looks like Graves will be able to take down this inhibitor once again.
So much going on. This could be a double inhib. Slapchop have the ability to end this game if they try. Overlord going aggressive is going to pick it up, flashes on out. Is Silence, gets his ultimate off in time. Arrow comes down to stop the chase. Oh my goodness. What is going on? 66 minutes. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
This is a marathon for me. This is the longest game I've casted. I casted a game up in Edmonton about a year ago, and it went for 63 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I started casting about 2 weeks ago, and now I mean, the longest game I may have casted before this is maybe like 40 minutes, and now I'm just with you in this 60-minute marathon as we just these two teams going at each other, blow for blow, as they try and take each other down to prove who gets the rightful place in the finals.
The 4th Baron is on the table right now. They might try and go for it. It is about to spawn back up onto the Rift. Go on in. Still waiting here. Overlords and them trying to make a death push. There is, again, a ZZ Rod on both sides of the base. At the moment, I feel like Slapshot, they can just take a fight. They seem to be winning these trades in the end, and this Baron is going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, they have the GAs, Nautilus does have that Gargoyle Stone Plate, as well as both GAs are up for Graves and Ash, respectively, and they take the Baron.
Right now, I'm just at awe. I don't know what else I could say. The gold is dead even. 114,000 both sides. 4 Barons taken, 3 Elder Drakes.
Man.
Oh, the Charm lands. Here comes the Fiddlesticks ult on top of Trick Shots. He's still alive. Ult TP is coming in. That's a big one. If they don't actually pick up anything, they pick up Overlords. There is 2 inhibitors down. Actually, big ults coming down onto Ezreal. Crying Pan is able to survive. Flash hook misses. That could be a game misplay right there. They're going on in. They pick up 2 members. Trick Shot is still alive. Crying Pan still in this, though. Able to stun him up. Huge amount of damage. Trick Shot's kiting back. Trick Shots has the world at his feet. He gets 1.
Trick Shot is outputting a lot of damage, putting the team on his back, even after Overlord and Rose.
But look at their base right now. There are super minions flooding in onto it, and Slapchop, even being down a member, are still pushing in onto this base. Charms don't land. There is no outer turrets alive.
Yeah, Slapchop, even though they lost more members in that fight, still seem to be in the driver's seat. They still do have 3 members. As a Nexus turret, the Winions.
Winions, oh my, there is no turrets left for Uncrowned King's base.
Yeah, the minions are trying to pull next Peke, though they might be held off for right now.
Trying what they can to defend this base.
Yeah.
Slapchop, all they have to do is kill the Nexus. But that is the toughest thing to take down.
Yeah, Nexus is definitely, it's the core of the, it's the core base for no reason. It's definitely the toughest structure in the game. And while it does need those Nexus towers to defend it, it definitely needs one last push to finally knock it down. Though I probably said one last push probably like 5 or 6 times within the past 20 minutes.
Just about to crash 70 minutes on this game. The fact this is still going boggles my mind.
Yeah, this is a crazy, crazy game. And it looks like Baron Minions are converging on the final inhibitor.
Right now, just trying to push this one in. It's anyone's game.
Yes. As long as Slapchop doesn't get caught out, well, like that, they should be able to slowly push this down, but their Baron is starting to run out. They don't have too much time left on it.
And here we go right now, 70 minutes onto the clock. They are trying their hardest to try and end these games. I do ask the audience not to get too excited. We got to see where this is. I don't want to know the result yet. As we're seeing right now, there is so much going on. I can hear it. Something has happened. We're going to have a winner here within the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, that definitely seems like the case. Crowd going wild. We'll see who ends up taking this as the end is in sight.
Trying to push in onto the base right now. There is nothing left of this base of Uncrowned Kings. Crying Pan and Overlord now down in that bot side, alone at the moment, have to be careful.
Yeah, while they are in the drive seat. Oh, Fiddle! There's no GA.
Oh, no GA right now. Overlord is forced. Crying Pan, he's in a bad spot. Drops the timbers right now. Nasus having to run away. Redemption is popped up right now, trying to move forward onto the base. Again, look at this base. Burrito trying to push in through top. They have trick shots. They have all the members of their team in this base right now, trying to see what they can do. Slip by mouth, they get the hook onto this Thresh. Slapchopachino might have just won it, but Ari is able to take down Annie. 72 minutes, it's just the Nexus remaining. Nautilus pops the Gargoyles, plays not enough trick shots. What are you doing? Oh my! Slapchop, did they just throw? They get taken down. 3 members. Just the Nexus left.
Yeah, I think during that time they should maybe try to place a ward or two to try and get the backdoor from Burrito, but it's so close but yet so far. 72 minutes, my God.
Pushing in right now, they have the Nasus. This Nasus has over 1,000 stacks. If he gets within any range of any structures, they are dead.
Yeah, just one or two sniping strikes might do it.
Oh really? My goodness. They might just try it in here with Nasus.
Yeah,
they don't need minions. They are just going to try and end. It is up to Overlord and Peanut to try and save this. Peanut is going to go down here. It's up to Overlord. 6 seconds on Annie. They just have Nasus. He gets blinded immediately. Oh, the big ult comes out. Nasus has to back off.
Oh my goodness.
And here comes the turnaround with the bear. Not able to get the stun. They're just chasing down Nasus. Oh, here comes the TP though into the base. Here we go. Slapchopper just trying to end this right now. Burrito on the base with the minions. Minions pouring into the base right now. Who is going to take it? Nasus has TP'd back, but he's so low. Savage, he can't handle anything. The super minions, they are going to take down Nasus. Burrito does it. Slapchopachino, I think they finally did it. They have taken themselves to the final. Oh my goodness.
Man, that was a classic slobber knocker. Both these teams have put up a hell of a fight, but Slapchop does make it just out in time to go to the finals.
Just no one could have expected this. This was an absolutely insane game from the looks at it. We're just going to pop this open right now and just take a look at what has happened here. Slapchopachino win the 76-minute game, able to inch that one out in the semifinal.
Yeah, hopefully Slapchop can recover, because up next they do have a final against Barefoot, a well-rested Barefoot at that. They've just been sitting back watching this classic.
All right, we're going to take a very short break. After this, we have our winner's bracket coming up between Slapchopachino and Barefoot. Slapchopachino somehow pulled out this game and was able to keep it going. Overlords able to save the base by himself with the Lulu. They just weren't able to end. So with that, that was just insane.
Effort. Yeah.
So with that, guys, we're going to take, again, a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your final.